Hi everyone, welcome to another webinar from LeadSquared. I hope you all are doing well. I know that there was a slight delay, really sorry about that. But yes, we are here and we're ready to start this. So today we are going to talk about a winning digital transformation journey, lessons from Motilal Oswal. And joining me are our wonderful speakers. We have Mr. Vikram here. He is the Senior Vice President of Digital Transformation at Motilal Oswal. Hi, Mr. Vikram. Thank you for joining us, and please tell us a bit about you and your journey so far.
Hi everyone, thanks for the introduction, Kartika. I have been working in Motilal Oswal from a year now, and I take care of the products. So we ensure that we deliver the best products to the customers because we believe that technology is the way forward for everyone.
Definitely. Yes, thank you so much. And we also have Miss Ruchika Mehra. She is from LeadSquared. She is the Director of Sales here. Thank you so much for joining us, Ruchika. Please tell us a bit about you and what we can expect from you in this webinar.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Kartika, and thanks, Vikram, for joining us. A quick intro about myself. I lead the BFSI vertical for large enterprise in LeadSquared, particularly for the West region. It's been close to 2 years, of my journey with LeadSquared, and it has been quite amazing. In today's session, we are exciting and interesting, where we're going to understand how Motilal Oswal has been, a part of the entire digital transformation. We're going to learn a lot about whether digital is the way forward or phygital is the way forward. So yes, uh, be there and enjoy next 45 minutes to 1 hour with us.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Ruchika. Thank you so much, Vikram. So, before I hand the session over to our wonderful speakers, I'm just going to give a few pointers for the audience. So, yes, throughout the session, if you have any questions towards your right side of the screen, you'll see a questions tab. So, if you have any questions, you can put it up there. And we will also be setting up a couple of polls during the webinar. So, please do interact with them. We would love to hear from you. Yeah, so with that, I think we can start the session off. Ruchika, over to you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Katika, once again. So, hey guys, a very good evening to all of you. And before we begin, phygital transformation, as the name suggests, it's a critical junction between physical and digital experiences. So, it's basically, the zeitgeist approach of using technology to connect the physical and the digital worlds in the best possible way. Now, in this VUCA world, so VUCA stands for, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. While there is no one right approach for physical strategy, but for decision makers, it becomes, very critical to have that pivotal point. Now, that is the point of customer or human experience that we talk about, which needs to be optimized further and further. So, with this, in today's webinar, let us learn more from Vikram, who is from Motilal Oswal, a company that has come up with flying colors in adopting technology and yet maintaining that human touch with their customers, which actually has contributed to a phygital transformation for them. So, Vikram, a very simple question to begin with. What does phygital mean to you, and how would you correlate it with MOSL?
Thanks, Ruchita, for setting up the context for this discussion. Good evening, everyone, for participating here. So, Phygital is actually a concept of using technology to bridge the digital world with the physical world, to provide the unique experience for customers. At Motilal Oswal, physical means providing digital experience to customer with a human touch. That is our philosophy, where we can leverage our technology to a customer, but with a human touch. So that is phygital for us in Motilal Oswal.
Great, great. Thanks for that. And that gets me to, my next question. So we all understand that any serious adoption of technology must focus on the impact on the end customer. And there has
Hmm.
been, a serious examination of how existing technology cannot do better than start with the CRM systems. So that brings
Hmm.
me to another question. What changes to the existing systems have you done at your end in last few years to keep pace with the technological enhancements, and where it has helped you a lot in this entire transformation?
So we have adopted advanced CRM system like LeadSquare. We have rebuilt our eKYC and our trading apps to keeping change with the changing trends. But
Okay.
these are not only the technology changes, these are also changes because of the change in business trends.
Right.
For example, we implemented LeadSquared to ensure that our leads are attended on time and we track them. It has helped us to improve the conversion after the lead square was adopted. So the conversion ratio is good. We are able to reach to the customer on time.
Right.
That is the advantage when we took over the LeadSquared CRM. Our latest eKYC system, for example. So we collect maximum of the customer data through APIs,
Okay.
and which helps the customer to open the account much more easier.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of eKYC systems in the country, but most of them ask the customers to fill up the data.
Okay.
What we have done is, instead of asking the customer to fill up the data, we fetch most of the data through API.
Okay.
Customer just validates and just keeps on clicking proceed button.
Okay.
So it's very easy for him. In fact, a KRA customer
Mm-hmm.
can open an account in Motilal Oswal, in just 5 screens and without a single document upload.
Wow.
And all this can be done in just 5 minutes. So
Okay.
5 screens, 5 minutes, not a single document upload for a KRA customer. So this is what we have done in the eKYC system or app, because we wanted to acquire a customer more faster, give them a feeling that account opening in Motilal Oswal is very very simple and very easy. So this is the change what we have done in our eKYC system.
Okay.
Around 95% of the exchange volumes comes through options,
Got it. Yes.
right? And we thought can option trading is the way forward, but it is a very complex system.
Mm-hmm.
So we have built up a product called Option Store, which is
Okay.
also available in Motilal Oswal Investor app.
Mm-hmm.
Users can execute complex option strategies, one leg, two leg, three leg, just on a single click. So we made option trading on a click, where we give very clear the risk, the profits, and the margin required by a system for the execution.
Mm-hmm.
So these type of advanced changes what we have done in our system
Mm-hmm.
is helping us to get more customers, get more revenue from the existing customers.
Okay. Got it. Great. That's so these are, some of the major changes that you've done, which is basically, one is the CRM that you've implemented overall, and then you've done the eKYC, you've come up with your new app specifically for options. That's great. And that gets me to, the next question. So enhancing customer experience, we understand, is critical to clients' journey and stickiness. Now, what different have you done at your end to increase customer acquisition and at the same time keep pace or keep your current clientele base intact? Because acquisition is one aspect, but
Mm.
engagement, continuous engagement with the customers and keeping them, uh, keeping that stickiness alive is very crucial. So what are those changes that you have done at your end to address these two things?
We believe that customer engagement is most important,
Mhm.
because you can acquire a customer, but if customer is not engaged well, he will not stay with us. He will not trade, which means there is no extra revenue for us.
Right.
So we believe in engagement of a customer. We achieve this by nudging a customer through right communication.
Okay.
These right communication are not just app notifications, but we use email, we use WhatsApp notification at various stages in customer's life to ensure that customer is engaged well with us, and he keeps staying with us for a longer time and keeps giving us revenue.
Okay.
So we analyze every stage of a customer. We keep different content for each and every stage and different type of customers. We nudge them through different modes based on his comfort, and this is how what we do to get more customers engaged.
Okay.
But at the same time, anything excess can be irritating for the customer and it's a turn off. So we ensure that the right mix or right balance of what should go to a customer, rather than just keep on pushing multiple things to the customer. This is very important according to us.
Okay. So then Vikram, tell me, like, of your experience so far, what has been the best mode of communication that customers generally, react to or engage with you? Is it WhatsApp? Is it email? Is it SMS? Or
I
is
think
it,
WhatsApp
your advisors? Mhm.
WhatsApp is the most sought after communication mode at the moment,
Okay.
followed by in-app notifications.
Got
Email and SMS is nowadays out of fashion, I would say.
Got it. Got it. Great. And, so my next question to you is, we often hear that to go phygital and take the best of both worlds to the clients, how
Hmm.
can services post account opening be customized or rather individualized, which is the cornerstone of any financial services entity? Because you did mention about, not sending too much of communication to a client because it becomes irritating at times. At the same time, you would want to send that targeted communication. So what at your end have you done to take care of the of this communication? Are you using any system, or is it AI driven? Do you have a team that does a lot of research at the back end to understand the customer behavior and then you send the communication? What different you do at your end?
It is a mix of AI and data science team, which helps us,
Okay.
to establish a communication, right communication to a customer. Our tools,
Mm-hmm.
understand what type of research and advice to be given to a customer, basis which we have
Okay.
made our systems. This system pushes the right content either to our customers directly or to our advisors who advise the customers, on his investment. So it is AI
Okay.
platform which we use actively for this. We have a huge data science team, and
Wow.
this team also understands or analyzes, the various stages of a customer, what is the customer behavior, basis which the customers are being engaged nowadays. So we leverage
Great,
on these
great.
systems for engagement.
So yeah, so audience, for you, I think this is something really important and catchy, because just sending or bombarding just generic communication is not going to make any sense, because ultimately your leads or your target, your customers are not going to react to it. So you need to have a ML, you need to have that targeted communication sent across so that you get the maximum traction out of it. So, Vikram, we understand. So, MOSL, they had launched a campaign 2 years back, promoting the service that combines the speed and convenience of online investing with the research and your customized advisory. This was through and that advisory was through an advisor. The campaign was called Phygital. Can you, throw some more light on it? How has this campaign contributed to the success for MOSL?
So this is not just a campaign, but this is what we follow in the real life.
Right.
Uh, we offer best of both the worlds, digital as well as physical, to our customers. We offer digital platform for all our products along with research and advisors to our customers. So what we are trying to do is we have a technology, we have a product which can be used either through a technology, which is a digital platform, or through a branch and the physical thing. We are present across the country. We are there. We have touch points where a customer can visit us and who can come to us right from account opening till all the services, like order execution, post order execution, everything is available. At the same time, everything is also
Okay.
available through a digital platform. Now, what has happened is, a lot of these new age brokers, discount brokers, what we call, they are present only in one or two locations, and most of the communication happens through email. But the customers might not be comfortable with this practice. They might want, the customers to be reached out directly, or the branches where they can,
Right.
go and get the customers, or meet our advisors, get advice from them, and see what's happening. So this phygital approach has given a lot of confidence to customers, has helped us to increase our business.
So, are you saying, Vikram, that branch broking or that physical walk-in of customers, understanding, talking to the advisors, that is something which is still relevant, and it is going to prevail even going ahead? What is your take on it?
It will prevail. It will coexist. It is just like a supermarket as well as your normal grocery store versus your e-commerce giant. All of them are coexisting. Different type of vendors will exist, and like they all coexist because somebody wants something which is available at their doorstep. Somebody wants it very fast, they can go and fetch it from the normal grocery store or a supermarket. Similarly, we think that
Okay.
digital as well as physical will coexist together. There are customers who will need a digital platform which we are offering to the customers. There are customers who would get comfort only once they visit a place or a branch. So that is also what we offer to the customer.
Got it.
It's mix of both of them.
So, if we have to understand, got it. So, if we have to understand, from your total, say, new customer acquisition, how much of it would come in from your branch and how much would, come in from your DIY journey or the digital thing? Is it going hand in hand, or there is a, I would say, maybe digital is playing more role? So what has been your experience for MOSL in
So there are
particular?
two ways the customer can come to us or can sign up from for Motilal Oswal. One is through our website, which is the customer can be in any part of the
Right.
country and can open an account online, either through a website or download our apps.
Mm-hmm.
Second approach is they visit a
Right.
branch. Once they visit a branch and then they
Mm-hmm.
they understand our services, and then once they decide to sign up for Motilal Oswal services, again they can either approach our advisor there and open the account, which is a physical account opening, or they can complete the whole journey through website and app. Around 75% plus accounts actually open through our DIY journey, but there are customers who would first want to visit a branch, get comfort, understanding of the services that they would get, and then open the account. So the decision making of a customer depends on the comfort that they get after they meet our advisors, and then they can either open the account through the app or physically through the form.
Wow, that's great. So, guys, 75% of the customers still prefer walking in and getting that physical
No,
touch. So they are still
75% of the
there. The
customers
journey has.
open the account through the app and web.
Okay, through the app, sorry. So the remaining 25%, they still would prefer walking in physically to a branch, talking to the advisor, getting some more insights. And Vikram, an extension to this, would we understand what would be the age bracket? As in, is there like the millennials or the Gen X would want to, be there walking in, or it's, through digital? And any lights you can throw over there on the age group which would prefer to walk in and which would do DIY?
So millennials and Gen Z prefer a DIY journey all by
Okay.
themselves.
Okay.
But people who are, this is largely the case, not mixed, not true for all the cases. And the people, older than this or outside this age bracket, prefer physical account opening.
Great, great. So I have another question for you, Vikraman, and that's again on one of the apps, or maybe your trading pattern that you have. So we understand that MOSL's focus on embracing the digital part of Phygital. It is pretty much
Mm.
evident from the fact that you have recently launched a revamped version of your trading application, which is MO Investor. Now that is in
Mm.
a manner which promises investments with a KISS approach. So that's keeping investments straight and simple. So can you please elaborate more on this? What is this approach that you've taken?
Sure. So our MO Investor app, we did a lot of changes in the app based on the feedback and understanding what we got from customers. For example,
Mhm.
we launched the new landing page. The moment customer logs in, he lands on landing page. Now,
Okay.
initially, people were used to market watch type of screen after they log in, and they can just see the market watch, and then they can do everything related to their trading or from that screen. We have changed that market watch screen to a landing page now. This
Okay.
landing page has multiple options. It will show you your portfolio value, for example. This will show you your uh, multiple investment options. This will show you what is the research for the day. This will show you watch list for the day. This will give you market information. This will give you a research information. So this landing page is where customer lands on. He can do multiple things and he can always be engaged on this page. He can decide which screen to go from this landing page itself, rather than going to a menu and clicking on something which you don't know what is going to open up. This
Got it.
is to get a glimpse of something on a landing page. You also get some values on that. You click on that and you go more deeper into that particular function. So this is one thing what we did, and which we saw people are adopting it well.
Okay.
Customer engagement on this screen is increased a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We redid our IPO page. Our IPO page is now much more simpler, much more easier. On just one click you can apply for IPO. We capture a
Wow.
lot of information and just store it so that next time customer doesn't have to do a lot of data entry and those type of things. Customer can apply for IPO before it opens. It's pre-approval of IPO. We show a lot of information about the IPO, the open date, end date, start, the allocation date, and everything. Along with that, we also show what is the number of time the IPO is subscribed on almost real time basis, which will help the customer to take a decision whether to apply for the IPO or no. So that is something which we did. So these are the few of the things which we just did, in our Motilal Oswal investor app to increase customer engagement, to help customers, take an informed decision on investments.
And how the response has been so far?
So yeah, so we the average time spent on a landing on a dashboard page has increased almost 3 times after this
Wow.
change in the landing page. IPO subscriptions have gone up multifolds number of times. Option store is what we have also launched, which we just spoke about. So a lot of people are now investing in options through this simple option store, one-click option. This option store is also added advantage for millennials and Gen Z who want to invest in options but
Right.
don't understand everything about options. They don't understand how they can execute multi-leg option orders. So this option store is something which they can use. So these are the few of the changes which we did. It is obviously showing a lot of positive response.
I also belong to one of those people, who do not understand how to invest much in options, though I trade in cash market. But yeah,
Hmm.
futures and options is something where I'm still naive. So I'll certainly, log into MOSL's app next time, and I'll
Sure.
definitely make use of it. So thanks for that. And now, taking, I think we've spoken quite a bit about digital part. Now, one interesting thing which we see for Motilal Oswal, you have embraced digital pretty well, but at the same time, your philosophy of believing that humans are irrepressible is pretty much evident from the fact that you have invested heavily in growing your army base of advisors to 1100 who actually handhold all the clients on their journey of wealth creation. So can you
Hmm.
please explain the criticality of the role, that are played by these advisors, and is it something which helps actually in more on the HNI front of your clientele base, or it also helps to deal with someone like, maybe a very plain vanilla retail investor?
So, Rita, what happened was, with the discount brokers coming in, they
Mm-hmm.
had removed lot of services. For example, fund transfers, free fund transfers, research,
Right.
news, advisory. All these things were actually been removed out of the customer's app or as a service they have been removed. But there
Right.
are a lot of customers who still need them. A lot of people can't do the research. They can't spend their day researching which stock to buy, even though they have money to buy. Or even if they want to do a research, they might not get all the information what a professional research team would get. So
True.
these were something which were actually missed in the market, which we have continued giving. Our advisors not only do research and advisory services to a customer, they actually guide them, on portfolio restructuring. They guide them which stocks to invest. They understand whether client wants to really do an investment or they can, invest in option futures. So whatever type of investment they want to do, customer wants to do, our advisor they are there to help them. This
Right.
advisor team is growing significantly month on month and
Mm-hmm.
is also contributing to a good revenue. So we feel that customers
Okay.
the discount broking is good model, but there are services which customers will need and which can be either provided by a full service broker or you need an advisory services broker to provide these type of services. Research is the most important thing which customer comes to us for and which we are known as a brand for. So
I
our
truly agree with
advisors,
you, Vikram. Yeah.
yeah, our advisors,
Yeah, yeah,
1100
please go.
advisors are our soldiers for this research and advisory services.
Yeah, and continuing, with this, because being in the broking industry, for you and being here for so many years, there wouldn't be any dearth of customer behavior data with you.
Hmm,
So
hmm.
I want to understand, how do these advisors, when they're engaging with the customers, how do they make use of the customer behavior, the preference, what the customers would have, and the risk involved? So is there, like you did mention about, you have a data science center also, you're using AI and ML to a larger extent, but apart from that, what different do these advisors do? Because of course there are other, peers in the market who would also follow an advisory model, but what different are you doing, and how do you make use of this customer data, the behavior data, when your advisors engage with the clients?
See, our AI tool, it starts with the AI tool. Our AI tool identifies which customer is most likely to invest and in which stock,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
all this is available on a sophisticated dashboard, and clients are auto connected through a dialer. Our advisors
Got
use this dashboard and the dialer system. They get auto connected to a customer. They know which customer is being dialed for and what stock
okay.
the customer has to be advised for. So their work is to just convince the customer why the stock is advised for, with the research report what we have, what is the target, and what type of investment it is. And once the customer is convinced or he agrees to trade, a trade can be placed on a single click. So all these systems, our dialer system, our dashboard system, and our AI are all connected for a advisor, and a trade can be executed on a single click. So this is something what we have for our customers. Apart from this, all of these, research reports, his PNL, his other reports can also be available, are also available to him on a web or a app. So customer has a choice. He wants to, transact or understand the research through advisor. He can get the same thing through his mobile app or a website, and he can execute his trades. So customer has a freedom. Plus, we have a systems which can help our advisors, communicate in the right way to customer for his advisory needs or investment needs.
Guys, I think this is a great example of, we have been talking about Phygital, but I think what MOSL is doing at their end, because it's a perfect blend of, adopting digital, the technology over there, but at the same time keeping the workforce intact, giving that human touch. I think it really helps, and we would definitely, take questions from you around it. So just a couple of questions more, Vikram, and then we'll move on to the audience. Now, my
Sure.
next question is like, contrary to the industry trends, heading to a digital focused approach.
Hmm.
Now we see again, and one is you having your workforce 1100 plus army of advisors. The other thing which we also see, which is pretty much prominent, is your presence in over 2200 locations, and that is still expanding. It's more of the physical presence that you're planning to have. So can you explain us about the expansion of these physical branches in the digital world?
Uh, Ruchika, I have lost your
Yeah.
voice. I'm not sure if you are there or is it issue at my end.
No, I think Ruchika, we actually lost you for a
Yeah,
bit towards the end.
just give me a minute.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
could just refresh and come. Meanwhile, is it okay to just take up one question from the audience, Mr. Vikram?
sure, we can do that.
All right. So just in time for Ruchika to come back, I'll just take up a question from Saurabh. He asked, to bring inclusion and greater involvement, what are we making some of the transactions mandatory to be done using digital tech? I'll just pull up the question here on the screen. Are you able to see it, sir?
I'm able to see, yes. Uh, for our customers, it is not mandatory that a customer can transact only through a digital tech. They can also transact through our advisors. That is what our strength is. So we go as per the comfort of a customer, not as per our choice. We give that choice to our customers whether they want to transact through a digital platforms or they want to invest through our advisors or they want to walk into a branch and they want to invest through the branches. So
Okay.
that freedom has been given to the customers, and that is how we believe in giving the freedom to customers.
All right, great. I hope that answers your question, Saurabh. He actually has another question as well. He asks, physical touch points or POS representative offices in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities is fine. However, how about connecting with root level investors in Tier 3 cities, leveraging digital platform or hybrid?
Okay. So see, tier three cities, the in new India and young India is capable of using the technology, and we connect through all of them through the digital platform. But at the same time, we have our presence, or we have our business partners, business associates, or franchisees who are present across the country. So we connect these customers through those franchises also.
Okay.
So either in the franchise network, some places we have our own branches. Also, the digital platform is now available to all the customers.
All
So
right.
this is how we custom connect to all the customers.
Understood. Okay, so since Ruchika's back, I think Ruchika, you can continue with your questions.
Yeah.
I will just go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry for the glitch. I have my last question for you, Vikram, and of course, everyone would want to, definitely understand that. So, what, according to you, is the future of stockbroking? Is it digital or is it phygital?
See, the most important point is the customer backward thinking and the services that you offer to the customer, irrespective of is it digital, is it physical, or is it digital. If you get your thinking right, if you think about the customer from his perspective, what he wants, and the services what you offer are in line to that, uh, that is what the whole point is about. Both the models will coexist. Some customers will go for pure digital broking, some will go for digital brokers. But those who offer the best services are the ones who are going to survive.
Great. I totally agree with you. Thanks for that, Vikram. And I think we can now have questions coming in from the audience. Kartika, do we have questions from the audience?
I actually don't see any questions here, but we did get a couple of emails from our audience saying they wouldn't be able to make the session, but they had questions for us. All right, so let me just quickly pull that up.
Sure.
Uh, yes. So one question is, are more customers opting for small case for investment?
We have seen a significant increase in the customers opting for this basket products. We offer small case. We also have our in-house basket product for the customers, and we see the customers opting for these type of products. Now we have seen that customers who are millennials or who are younger age group opt more for these type of products. So yes, small case is in. Basket products are in because we it gives them best of both the worlds. It gives them diversity at the same time, investment in a particular type of theme which they would want to invest. So whatever theme they like, they can invest, and it is seeing a lot of traction nowadays.
All right. I'm sure that answers the question. We have one more question. I will just read it out. What are some of the biggest problems that Motilal Oswal has faced while acquiring customers in rural markets? I think that has been answered once, but if you have anything to add to it, Mr. Vikram.
See, there will always be some problems in every business model. It is not only in rural market but also in the urban market. So the things will keep on changing. The compliance will keep on changing. The SEBI and the exchanges are becoming more and more compliant for a customer, which creates a lot of changes for a broker. Right. In last year, we have seen multiple changes which has happened, and a lot of backend changes what we have to do. And at the same time, these changes are not only impacting brokers but also impacting customers because they have to adapt the new things. So communicating these changes and getting the things right back is something is challenging, which not only us but all brokers are facing. And once we understand the challenge, we communicate it rightly to customers, these challenges get ironed out.
Okay.
So this is something which is more in the rural area because of communication takes time. In tier 2, tier 1 cities, the communication is still faster and the issues faced are much lesser.
Understood. Yeah, I think this aligns with the question that Saurabh had also asked earlier. So I hope that answers the question. So I don't really see any more questions that have come up. So to the audience again, if you have more questions, please do put it up. We'd love to take it. And I'm sorry, I had to mention. So Ruchika, I think you were on another question and we had actually lost you. So yeah, I think you can
Right.
pick
So
that up.
I
Yeah.
was actually, that question was around, the expansion of branches, the physical branches. I think that has been answered by Vikram. So that was what my question was around.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So in that case, yeah, to the audience, we have put up a couple of polls, like I had mentioned. So please do respond to them. We would love to know more about our audience who are joining the session. Like most of you all know, we do have a lot of webinars from LeadSquared, and we'll have several more coming up in the securities section, in BFSI, and of course other industries as well. So this is just a little bit for us to know you better. So please do answer to that. And before we wind up, I would like to thank Mr. Vikram for taking time and coming and speaking on length about all the things that we had to ask you. So thank you so much, Mr. Vikram. And Ruchika, of course, thank you so much for accumulating all the questions and having driving this conversation forward. So any closing
Thanks,
remarks?
Vikram.
Is that
Any
for
Any
me
closing
or for
remarks
Ruchika?
I mean,
for
Uh,
you, Vikram?
for me, okay. Thanks, LeadSquare team for arranging this session. I think it's nice to interact with fellow, industry members and other colleagues, and share some great practices what we follow, which can help them also to scale up in future.
definitely. Ruchika, anything
Great.
from your side?
No, I think it was wonderful, Vikram. Thank you so much because I think of late, we all of us have been talking about digital, 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 and somewhere it was getting quite boring and monotonous. So I think Phygital is something really fresh, and I'm sure a lot of us are moving on that path. And as you correctly mentioned, Phygital is the way going forward because human by themselves cannot be replaced with technology. Humans have to exist, and we need that human touch while interacting with players like you. So thank you so much for this, and yeah, that's it.
Yes,
Pleasure is all mine.
Great.
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Really looking forward to more sessions like this. And to the audience, yes, like I mentioned before, we will be having a lot more sessions. Please do show the same enthusiasm and come back again for more. So, yes, I think with that, we can wind our session up. Once again, thank you so much to the speakers. Thank you for joining, and to the audience as well for being wonderful. All right.
Same. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a very nice evening. Thank you.
Bye.